Hey, good morning. Greg Flanagan here, Fridays with Flanagan. Every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, hopefully by March, I don't know, 21st, whenever we're going to go into that. It's a glorious day here in Charleston, South Carolina. As you can see out the back here, um, we're going to be at, I think, 72, 73 degrees. If you know anybody looking to move, let me know. We'll be happy to take care of them. You know, it's all about buyers right now, right? Everybody's got one. And that's all I heard all week was buyers, buyers, buyers. Our local market, we sold 437 homes under contract. There's only 1,100 homes left on the market. So one of the most important things we can do as real estate agents is focus our attention on one thing. And there's a book out there. It's called The One Thing. If you haven't read it, read it. It's all about focus, right? It's all about taking your priority, and the priority is getting listings. This is nothing new. We've been getting listings for years. 50 years worth of list to last in this business. Because if you're a listing agent, you will last. Why is that, Greg? What makes me think that buyers are so much easier? They come in, I don't have to do a lot of work. We show them some houses, and everybody's happy. Well, that's great. Right now, I can tell you more people have buyers than Carter got liver pills, right? Who's Carter? You got to look it up. But anyway, buyers are plentiful. What's not plentiful is listing. You've got to go after the listing. And listings are hard. They're hard in the good times. They're even harder in the bad times. And even though it's a seller's market and the sellers are reaping the benefits, this is a tough market for a real estate agent. Even if you do have a buyer, because you're hearing people say, I got 15, 20, 25 showings, and I'm up against 3, 4, 5, 6 contracts. How do I get there, Greg? Well, there's certain strategies. We can talk about them at another time, but it's hard bringing a buyer to the table. I had one person during the week, they put in 4 different offers, 4 different homes, and they emailed me and said, the guy wants to stop. He wants to take a break. And I'm like, well, what does that mean, take a break? Did you ask him what it meant to take a break? He said, no. I said, in my world, if I'm the consumer, taking a break means I got to go look somewhere else because this guy's not getting it done. That's what taking a break is. All of a sudden, they're going to go cold on you. So as a buyer's agent, work real hard, look for the off-market properties. And there's a way to do that, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, because I believe every agent should be a listing agent. Every agent should have the basics of what makes this industry tick. I don't care about the big guys in the room, the Z's and the R's and the T's. I don't care about it. Because bottom line is, if you're a listing agent and you focus on listings, you're going to make your money. That's the only person you have to compete against is yourself. Okay. In Keller's, and I'm not here hawking K, by the way. I'm not going to puke that all over you. But what I want to tell you is Gary Keller wrote one of the best books in 1983, I think. And it was all about listing to last. Okay. It was all about leads, listing, and leverage. And one of the basic models that many people in this industry, there's 2 million real estate agents in America, 2 million, 1.3 million in NAR. Okay. I don't know how many in your city, neighborhood, whatever. We have 7,500 real estate agents. Last year, we only sold 21,000 properties. Average that out. That's 3 properties per. And 90% of those people don't sell more than 1 or 2 homes. So you got to list to last. And whether you're a buyer's agent or you're focused on listings, you've got to do what it takes to get the bottom part of that triangle, the leads. And this is where we are. If you've been in this business long enough, trying to get leads for listings, it's tough. It's very tough. In a buyer's market, Yeah, anybody can put a house on the market. It's trying to find the right one, getting the right price. In the seller's market, it's super, super tough because there's no inventory. People are afraid to move. So, as a new agent or an agent that's got a couple, 3 years in the job, it's extremely tough, especially if you've been depending on buyers. So let's sit down. Let's talk about one of the old time basics of real estate, and that's farming. What is farming? It's kind of funny. Somebody said to me the other day, I don't get this farming thing. Should I go after farms? No, got nothing to do with farms. I don't have a farm around me for 30 miles. Uh, Farming is the process of going into a neighborhood and cultivating the seed, right? We cultivate the ground, we plant the seed, and it grows and eventually comes back to you as being their real estate agent. So you want to go in, you want to turn over the dirt. I don't care how many other agents are in that neighborhood. It's up to you to get in there, turn over the dirt. How do you turn over the dirt? That's what we're going to talk about today. How are we going to do that? How are we going to cultivate that soil to get those people going? That's farming, okay? And like farmers throughout the country, you have to take care of your plot of land. Okay, it's very, very important to take care of it. Farmers are out there. If it's too dry, they're trying to bring in artificial irrigation. If it's too wet, they're trying to drain the field off. You got to constantly work this land or your farm, your neighborhood. Okay, you got to constantly work this neighborhood to grow listings. And if you do it right, and you do it enough, and you pay attention, and this is your one thing, you will succeed. You'll pick up 4 to 8 listings in the first year if you do it right. All right. Even if you do it half-ass, you're going to pick up 2 or 3. Think about that. Even if you do it half-ass, you're going to pick up 2 or 3 listings, which, if you do it right, that'll be 6 deals this year. I would love to see you get 20, 25. But let's go farming. So how do you cultivate the farm? How do you cultivate the neighborhood? First thing we want to do is bring together passive and active activities. Okay, and we're going to start off with an 8x8 weekly mailing. Okay, an 8x8 weekly mailing. What does that mean? That means you're going to mail these people 8 times in 8 weeks. They've got to know your name. You're going to be turning that soil over. You knew Bob Jones. Bob Jones was the guy who had this for years. He's the only guy they ever went to. Well, just like in farming, where they only plant corn in one field, after a while, that field gets burnt out. The nutrients, because the corn just uses the same stuff, the nutrients burn out. So they have to rotate their crops. And that's the same thing we're doing here. Bob Jones might have been a real estate agent for the last 5 years, picking up all the listings because everybody knew about him. Bob Jones is about ready to get turned over in the soil. We're going to bury him, right? So what's the first thing we're going to do? In the first week, we're going to mail a handwritten introduction. Okay, I want you to sit down and write a letter. Dear neighbors, my name is Greg. Okay, I'm a real estate agent. I want to be your real estate agent. These are my value statements. This is what I intend to do with you. I want to be the mayor of your community. The second week, you're going to do a low inventory postcard. I don't have to tell you where they are. All you got to do is pop into any one of the programs. I use Corefact, Corefact, to mail. They're a mailing house. They also have your lists that are available and all this other good stuff. Take a look at it, corefact.com. So I'm going to mail them an inventory low postcard. Next week, I'm going to do a handwritten letter postcard. We have tons of buyers looking. Or if there was just a recent sale, hey, we have a lot of leftover buyers from this recent sale down the block. Okay. In week 4, we're going to do market stats. Market stats are market stats. Go to your MLS. If you have any one of the better ones, they're going to be in there. They're either going to be a market monitor or one of those stats. You can build them yourself also. So get your market stats out there. Show them that this is what's happening. There's no inventory, and you can get the highest price in the shortest amount of time. The next week 5 is an emotional postcard. And I wish I had one to show you. We had to make a quick change here at the end. My camera died. The emotional postcard is a postcard where I sent one out. It was a Tom Ferry idea from years ago. And we used to use them all the time. And it was like, yikes. And it was in cartoon letters. I don't know what you call that, Comic Sans. Yikes. My buyers just missed out on 123 Main Street. By chance, are you or someone you know looking to sell your home? And that's where it goes. So it gets their attention. It was bright. It was green. It was white. You know, it was bold. It was a bold postcard. Get it out there. Get that yikes postcard out there. The following week, we sent production. It was I call it an emotional postcard too, but it's actually more about your production or your brokerage production. Okay, take a picture, get it to your MLS, pull up your production, you put little houses on the whole thing, or you can go to the Z Word. They do the same thing. Here's what he did in the last year. Here's what the brokerage did in the last year. Clip it, screenshot it, whatever you want to do, put it on the postcard, and say, hey, I actually sell houses. And put your stats on there. My stats are I sell houses at 99.5% in this market, and we do it within 12 days. Give me a call, and I'll explain our strategy to get your home sold without you becoming homeless. In this day and age, it's I think the biggest concept a lot of people have are I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to have to move. I don't want to have to go to an apartment and come back and unload my stuff twice. Something on that line. That's week 6. Week 7, I want you to go back into handwriting. Okay, write another letter. Talk about the current events. What's happening in the market? What's happening in their neighborhood? What's sold? And that's a letter. Put it together. Xerox it. This is not a lot of money. You figure I don't even know what a postage stamp is anymore. 50 cents, 55 cents. So you probably got with the postage, with the maybe 75 cents a home. And if you're doing 100, every 100 is $75. So you're going down and, 200 is 150, 400 is $300. You do that once a month, right? Once a week. The handwritten letter. And then the final one on the 8th one is to make sure you have a call to action. Sell now, buy now, look into investments. Here's my CMA. Call me for a CMA. Call me for a consultation. Whatever that call to action is, you can find call to actions on my website, anywhere you look. Just type in CTA. That's our call to action. Make it compelling. What is your unique proposition? Okay, so make that compelling. So, couple of the hints. Core Fact is definitely great for postcards. There are other mail houses out there. Do your research. Get in there. Figure you're going to be doing 75 cents to $1 per home. But Greg, that's a lot of money. Well, you got to invest a little bit. This is a business, and let me get this straight. This is a business, and if you're going to go to scale this business, you've got to have some money. Okay, you've got to have a credit card. I told a lot of successful solo agents, they did this on a credit card. They did it by borrowing family. They did it somehow. You're not talking a lot of money. If you're doing 400 houses, that's $400 a month, $3,200 over, the course of 2 months, $1,600 a month. That's not bad for getting your foot in the door. You've got to get that in there. Okay. Can you do this from home and do it short? Yeah. Postcards, if you're doing them at home, you can do what we call a 4-up, cut them yourself. I know one of the most successful agents out there. She's been doing it for years over in Mount Pleasant. She prints everything at home, and then she mails it from home. The rates are cheaper, they're less expensive because she's using smaller postcards. She gets her message across. Okay, get your message across as cheap as possible, as least expensive as possible, and get people to know who you are. So you've got the 8x8. That's your first 2 months. Your third month, you're going to start getting into neighborhood videos. Okay, whether it's a listing, whether it's an open house, you can find open houses, that's great. Um, Listings all the time. Take pictures of the pool, the amenities, the shopping, commutes to work, commutes to school. Talk about the community. Okay, talk about the community. Become the mayor of the community. Become the mayor of the neighborhood. That's where farming works the best. Become the mayor of the neighborhood. So you got your 4 neighborhood videos. Find it on Nextdoor. Find it in your Facebook group. Start your own Facebook group, right? Whatever you want to call it. Make it specific for that neighborhood and invite the people in on your mailers. Visit our neighborhood, whatever that call to action is. So start your own Facebook. Start your own social media. Get the Facebook videos out. Get the neighborhood videos out there. And then you go with the Facebook ads per month. If you're using our system, Facebook ads are costing me about 56 cents a lead and $30 for 10 days. It's pretty inexpensive. Get your name out there through Facebook. Target that specific neighborhood, subdivision, street, whatever it takes. If you're dealing with $1 million houses, then make sure that you do a custom target to luxury homes, to luxury vehicles, to make sure the luxury is part of that target. Take a class on Facebook ads. If you're with KW, they have a great one with Command, and it's very simple to do. Here's the one that people get scared of, and I talked about it last week. I'm probably going to talk about it next week, but we're talking about leads. It's the bottom of the pyramid, all right? What holds up the pyramid? The bottom. You need leads coming in. And in this market, you've got to go out and find those leads. So door knocking. Oh, Greg, door knocking. Dang, I don't want to talk to anybody. COVID, all this bullshit. Excuse me. Yes. We have people right now in our market that I talk to on a daily basis that are door knocking. Okay. And what they understand is that not everybody's going to answer the door, but people do answer the door. People do want to talk to you. I had a couple 3 days ago, if I remember the story correctly, she had put a house up. She put the sign in the yard. That's what it was. Put the sign in the yard, and then went and said, "Oh, you know what? I'm here. It's a nice day. Let me knock across the street 10 doors." That's all she did. She walked across the street, knocked on the third door she hits. Guess what? The guy says, "You know what? You're in the right place at the right time because I am putting my house on the market. Please come in and come meet with us." You see, it's that easy. Until you start interacting with people, you're not going to get a sale. Go out there, get to know these people, knock on their doors continuously, constantly. You're holding an open house. You're not looking for buyers. Gosh, everybody's got buyers. What in God's name do you need another buyer for? You need another listing. Use your open house listings. Use it as an information, a value proposition. Walk around the neighborhood. Hi. I've got an open house over here. By chance, are you looking to sell? Because there's probably a conversation in there about real estate that you need to get to these people. All right. So I have heard and been part of actually more time you're planting a sign and somebody goes up and goes, "What do they want for that house?" And it's like, well, you start talking. It's just a conversation, folks. I remember one time Planters Point, which is out on Clements Ferry Road near us, planted a sign, and I picked up 3 other houses within 2 weeks. It was absolutely absurd. So get out there, knock on doors with the intention of taking a listing. You don't need a buyer. Knock on doors with the intention of taking a listing. And listen, if you need any further work on that, I can help you. We've got some systems set up. Just drop me an email and I'll be happy to help. There you go. Thank you for putting that up. Door knock, give them something of value. CMA, trusted vendor list. Telephone numbers are frequently called numbers. You know, one of the best ones I ever did was years ago. It was a little white piece, little thin magnet. To this day, people still have them hanging on their refrigerator when I go to visit. And I had the police, the fire police, the pool, because everybody wants to know where Johnny is. They call the pool, right? There's somebody answering the phone at the pool, neighborhood pool. And important was poison control. How many people have poison control right next to their phone? You know, a lot of people now go onto the computer. Go, oh, Johnny swallowed Drano. What do I do? It usually says call poison control, get him to a hospital. But put the poison control number on there. And one of the best ones is pizza, Chinese food, takeout, right? Anything you're calling somebody on a regular basis every Thursday night, every Tuesday night, whatever it is. If the number's handy, they're going to dial that number. So you go to, and here's a way to set some of your costs. Go to the pizza parlor and say, hey, Johnny Pizza, I'm going to put your telephone number on this little magnet. Would you help me pay for it? There's going to be 1,000 of them, and I'm going to go into every house and knock on the door, and your name is going to be on that magnet with me. You want to do that? Sure. And you know what? He'll pay for the whole thing because pizza is a very low-cost, high-profit thing, and they don't mind advertising. So look at that to offset your costs. Circle call, door knock around listings and open houses at least twice a month. I say do it more often. As I said earlier, if you do this properly, you're going to get 4 to 8 listings in the first 3 or 4 months. There's no doubt about it. If you raise their awareness, okay, as you cultivate the farm, those plants, those seeds start to grow, okay, and they come to fruition. And I'm going to tell you that if you give the trust, hey, I can take you through this. I can get you sold, get you in a new house, and I can help you through it. Okay, so go out there, get it done. Some of the alternatives. Any questions? Sorry, I'm going on, but Nathan, let me know if there's any questions because I can't see them. All right. Knock on the doors. If you need scripts, drop by. We've got scripts for it. Anything you need to help you knock on those doors, we can help you out with. Now, there are a few alternatives. If you've got a little bit of extra pocket change, if you really know how to talk to your vendors, talk to people that are also looking to get these people, this neighborhood as part of their tribe, let's talk about a food drive. Let's talk about cans. Let's have a can drive. Become their mayor, become their social director, right? We're going to have, or enlist people to help you. Enlist people to help you. You can go to my website at poweronward.com. It's going to be up in probably 2 or 3 days. You can go to YouTube channel. Somebody asked, where can I see this and hear this again? Where can I find it? At Power Onward. At Power Onward on this social channel. It'll replay. We'll have another replay on Monday. And you can always find it on YouTube and our website. Thanks for asking. So alternative methods for events. I have events. Food drive, shredder, right? Roll a shredding truck up in there. That's expensive. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it wisely. Food trucks. This is a strategy that one of our agents uses, and it's about bringing in a food truck once a month. Right? There's a great event. Now listen, while that food truck is there, I don't want you not to be there. I want you there, and don't be eating. Be talking to people, right? Be talking to people. Maybe if they come to the food truck, you buy the ice cream. Do something, but you don't have to pay for the food truck because he's getting paid by the neighbors. So do a food truck event. Do a movie night. Get one of those blow up balloons. Run a movie, right? One of my favorites is a moving truck or a pickup truck. People always need a truck. They need some place to go down to Lowe's, grab a couple of bags of sod or whatever it is that they need. You wrap this thing with your logo, with your name, and they know where to get it. They know that you're the guy, the real estate agent with the truck. Of course, you got to have insurance. Okay. Always the virtual seminars about buyers, sellers. Just give it to the people in the neighborhood. Hey, we're going to have a neighborhood seminar. Nobody else invited. We're going to have a neighborhood seminar, Zoom chat, StreamYard, whatever it looks like. Any questions on that? Again, I can give you more information. Drop me a line. We can talk off. A couple other things I have here. Data. Look deeper than Mojo, Cole, and Rebel. Mojo is a dialer. Cole information will provide all the information, and Mojo for a triple dialer, I think it's $89 a month. Cole Realty, $99 for 2,000 household names, numbers, all kinds of things, information, $99 a month. Rebel, I'm not too familiar with, but I've never used it, but I'm sure it's on the same price plan. These are data banks. You can share them with other agents. So if you only want to spend $50 a month, get a partner, go in, you each take 1,000 names. 1,000 names a month is a lot. Okay, if you can contact those people, 1,000 names is a lot. And one of the things I want to make sure that get yourself branded. I don't care what colors, I don't care what it says. Don't worry about the logo so much. You know, logos are great if you're Coca-Cola. But really, what's a logo? This thing right here, that's your logo. It's your face. When you put your face in front of people 8 times in 8 weeks, 4 times a year, 4 times a month in front of a Facebook ad, 4 times a month in front of a listing video or whatever, this is your brand. Okay, your face is your brand. Don't worry about spending $1,000 for this Coca-Cola logo. You don't need it. You need this and this. Okay, so make sure all your collateral is branded. Make sure your face is in there, your name is in there. Same color, same message. Retarget the people coming in, and you'll be great. All right, I'm Greg Flanagan. I've taken up enough of your time today. Any questions? Drop them in the chat. Drop me a line. Greg at Greg at PowerMathScience.com. And we thank you for coming in. Have a prosperous week.